Hello, guys, and welcome to Sonic Labs. Today, we'll be seeing how to process a completely unprocessed dry vocal recording from scratch. So, let us begin. So, here we have our dry recording of the vocals, and there's an already mixed instrumental along with the vocals, so we can get the idea of which type of processing we need to do on this. So let's just listen to it once without any processing.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't.
So without any processing, it sounds really dull and it even doesn't like blends with the mix that well. So let us just start with the processing. So the very first thing that you want to do is load an EQ and just uh, high pass it to get rid of any low sub frequencies which might have been recorded, because you don't know where the vocals are recorded and what type of environment they are recorded. So there are sometimes some unnecessary sub frequencies recorded with the vocals. So as you keep proceeding with the processing, these frequencies might cause some problem, so it's better to cut them off in the very beginning. The next thing we want to do is use a de-esser. So this one is by Waves, and it's really simple to use. You only need to like adjust the threshold level, and it will just attenuate the s's and the harsh syllables on its own. The attack and the release is already set within the plugin, so there's not much to do. You only need to set the threshold. So let's just see how much we need to uh, affect the vocals by this.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look bad no more. No review.
I think around negative 30 decibels is the perfect value for de-essing this. Up next, we will load up another EQ by T-Rex, and what we'll do is we will just boost the high frequencies a little bit, since we have done de-essing with this vocal sample. So to get back its brightness, we'll just boost the high frequencies by a bit.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look bad no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fall if I run through all these barriers.
So this was before,
As I'm running through
and this is after.
as I'm running through.
Much more brighter and much more powerful. Next, what we'll do is we'll just compress the vocals. So the CLA 76 by Waves is the might be the best compressor for compressing vocals, and it's pretty simple to use. It has fixed number of ratios. The attack and release also have like fixed values. There's no fine tuning, and same with the input and the output. So let us just use it.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fall if I run through all these barriers.
Now what we'll do is we'll add another compressor to compress it a bit more, and again we'll go for a waves compressor. This time the R works by waves.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back.
So the advantage of doing compression like this in a stepwise manner is that you will compress it, the audio little by little by with each compressor you load up. So this way you can just reach to a more uniform audio signal by compressing little by little with each plugin instead of just loading up one compressor and putting it on intense settings. So I would recommend using multiple compressors while compressing vocals, so you'll get them more uniform. Up next, we'll add some saturation. We are done with the controlling the dynamics of the vocals. So what we'll use is Head Crusher. So there are two versions of Head Crusher. The one is there is a free version also, but we'll be using the paid one because we have different types of saturation emulations within this one. So let's just check out which one works the best.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fall if I run through all these barriers.
Now what we'll do is we'll use the saturation in parallel, so we'll just put the mix down to around 10 or 12%. We don't need much of it or else it will sound like too much distortion.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here.
So before saturation
As I'm running through
and after it.
as I'm running through.
So this adds a bit more of harmonic distortion to the vocals and make them more fuller and more thicker, so they have more presence in the mix. Now we can get to our creative effects. So the first effect we'll be using is a delay, and I'll be using the edge delay by waves again. And I think for this type of vocals, 1/2 delay is would be working best. We'll put it on BPM mode. And let's just mess around with the high pass and the low pass of the delayed signal, and we don't want too much of feedback. So
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fall if I run through
always put this analog knob to like off because it just adds that noise, the analog noise, which sometimes is not really necessary. So it's good to just keep it off.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fool if I run through all these barriers.
So I think this type of delay is nice. Further, we'll just automate the mix so we can get a clearer mix. At last, we'll be just adding a reverb. I'll use the stock FL reverb because it works for me. This would be a very subtle reverb, like it won't just wash out the entire sound, and it will have a really low mix. So
as I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fool if I run through all these barriers.
So up till now, this is what we came up with. So first of all, this is how it sounded before all the processing,
As I'm running through
and this is with the processing.
as I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing.
Now, what we can observe is that the delay is being like too much chaotic. It's making the recording too chaotic. So we'll just automate the mix of the delay. And what we'll do is we'll make such a shape, and I think we'll just try to add this much wherever we want.
This jungle, I see.
So let's just repeat this thing in the empty spaces so our mix would sound more fuller. And at this section I just wanted to go on, so I'll just leave it on 100% for this part. And now let's just listen to it.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fool if I run through all these barriers.
Now the very last thing that we want is some stereo enhancement for the vocals. So what we can do is after the delay and the reverb we can just add a doubler.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see.
and we can just adjust the mix.
As I'm running through this jungle, I see faces. I'm looking back at you, but you won't stop chasing. Don't make me look back no more. No review mirrors here. I'm about to fool if I run through all these barriers.
So that's it for the vocal processing. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and thank you for watching. And please like the video if you liked it and consider subscribing to the channel.